easy as that I'm going to have a two camera setup. I'll be able to switch to that camera and you'll be able to see me from a side perspective that you've never seen before. You're going to see fully the real range of what I can do as a content creator. It's going to be ultra professional in here from now on. You understand? Danksteed Pimp says, for large corps like Microsoft, don't blame the coders, blame the managers and the leaders. Oh, listen to me. I don't blame the coders. I 100% always know it's a management decision. Here's the truth. I say this about game developers as well, because everyone always craps on game developers, right? Do you really think that a game developer who's making a game wants to make a bad game? Do you think there's a single person out there who says, I want to go to work, I want to punch the clock, I want to sit down at my desk, and I want to code crap today? I just want to make the worst possible product for the consumer, pump it out unfinished, and run my way to the bank laughing at the unfinished product. Of course not. And it's the same for the people who are the actual coders at Microsoft and all of them. They are just doing their jobs. They're doing what they're told. Ultimately, who is responsible for rolling out software updates, unfinished games, and the like? The management. The fucking managers who sit there and say, we got to rush it. We got to make money. We got to get the deadline. We got to do this, because they are all based off of delivery dates and performance. So if they get it out on time, delivery date, performance rise, everything's good. Oh, wow. Now they get their bonuses. Now they get extra money. Now they can buy their third yacht for the year because they fucking got the update out on time instead of delaying it because the update bricks people's hardware, which they would know if they gave it ample time to test it, but they didn't test it because they needed it out for their deadline so they can make their bonus and their performance review. You see? It's 100% Danksteed Pimp is correct, and I will apologize wholeheartedly right now to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, please forgive me. I apologize because when I get angry about stuff like this, I do tend to overgeneralize and misspeak. It is not the coder's fault that the update doesn't work. It is the manager's fault that the update goes out and screws everything up. 1,000,000%. I apologize to everyone over there. I shouldn't have said it like that. And now that Danksteed Pimp has kind of called me out for it, I appreciate that because he's right. I tend to get over emotional about this stuff, and then I say things, and people are like, wow, Phil's a jerk. You see what he said? You're right. Thank you for calling me out and allowing me to correct myself before the show ended. It is not the coder's fault. It is these money-grubbing, greedy, performance-chasing managers who get the fucking bonuses to begin with, and they're the ones who want to roll the products out to make the extra money, and they're the ones that fuck over the consumers. Okay? There you go. Yes, he debunked me. Danksteed Pimp has debunked me today on the Level 1 podcast, and well-deserved. A well-deserved debunking. Thank you for correcting the king. Aren't the managers street smart? No. Are you kidding me? The managers are the worst. The managers are not book smart, and they're not street smart. They're literally just there to get performance. That's it. They don't even care if the product fucking works. They don't. They just want it out so they get their, oh, look, it was out on the right date. I get my performance review and I get my bonus. That's it. That's it. They don't. I know because I used to work at these companies. They don't give a fuck. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, all right. So now I've bitched enough. Good news is new camera's en route. It'll be here by the end of today. Maybe tomorrow we'll be able to test a 2-camera system. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Tomorrow for the, what are we playing tomorrow? Dark Souls? We're doing Dark Souls tomorrow, right? I think so. So that would be pretty cool if tomorrow, for the Dark Souls stream, I have a 2-camera setup and we get to swap between the cameras. Yeah, Dark Souls tomorrow and Marvel. Oh, shit, we're playing Marvel Rivals tomorrow night. So we got to talk about that schedule. We'll talk about the schedule in a moment. But before we do, I have a few shout outs to do here. Let's do some shout outs. So we start off today with a $1.30 tip from Toxic Toilet Juice. Why am I salty? Why am I salty? But do you want to know why? Because listen, as you know, I don't get a lot of time off. You guys know that. I'm always working, correct? And It's important to me to have time with my wife. The time that I have is precious. And yesterday, I intended to come into this office and spend maybe 30 to 45 minutes away from her so that I could get the stream working for today. And then we would continue on our merry way with no issues. And instead, I lost over 2 hours of time with my wife yesterday, which isn't fair to her or me. And whose fault is it? The management at Microsoft. 100%. It's their fault. You know, if I had known that rolling back the Windows update would have fixed it, I would have, but no one knew that yet. Actually, people weren't even figuring this out until overnight. I saw people found posts on the internet, started posting on like Reddit about it. That, oh yeah, this webcam's been bricked by the Windows update. If you roll it back, you'll fix it. But you know, it's just so ridiculous. Okay, so thank you for that. I got $1 tip from the Felted Troll saying the camera's on. It's been on the whole time. Yes, that's a pretty old meme at this point. Oh, when was that? 2016? So we're almost 9 years now. Holy shit. Can you believe it's been 9 years? But let's keep bringing it up every day like it was yesterday, because that really makes some people look better, apparently. I can't imagine who I'm referencing, though. Hold on. I received a very generous $50 tip this morning. It's anonymous. There is no name and no message. It's just a $50 anonymous tip here. So thank you, whoever that is. I really appreciate you. $50. That'll definitely help with the $50 troll chargeback I received on my day off. That's another great thing, is that, you know, I have my day off and here I am relaxing, and then I had to spend 2 hours in this office, you know, doing this tech nonsense and fighting with it and everything, which is very frustrating. And then I receive a $50 chargeback as well. And I'm like, oh. So now I have to decide, do I want to fight the chargeback or not? Is it really worth it? Because it's going to take weeks of work. I have to try to show all this information about when the tip came in, what was the message associated with the tip, and has that person tipped before? And the answer is yes, this person has tipped a ton before. So basically, it completely undermines their chargeback attempt because it shows that they have ongoing history of supporting the streams. And the fact that they now think that they're going to charge back a big tip that they did just shows that they're trying to test the waters of how to break the law and commit fraud. So here's the deal. What I could do, and it would take some time, is I could spend time researching and showing the history of every time this person contributed to me, okay? And basically say, here's the evidence that this is not someone who really had like fraud or anything committed, because that's what they're trying to say. Oh, it's fraud, right? No, you didn't have any fraud committed. Here's all of the support they'd given. Here's every message that I read out on stream, and I could show and corroborate all of that. And here's what would happen. PayPal would contact the credit card company, and the credit card company would launch an actual investigation into the consumer. And if it's shown that this is fraud, they'll actually go to jail. They will. Like, they'll actually say, you committed fraud, now we're investigating you because you filed a false claim against your credit card company, and they could potentially see jail time. But they think it's a joke. These fucking people who commit chargeback fraud actually think this stuff is like funny and a joke, and they don't understand that they could actually go to federal prison for committing fraud if I can prove that they're lying. So I'm going to think about if I should actually go ahead and, you know, bother with this or not. It's a lot of work. It is, because not only do you have to do all the initial information, then they come back, they ask more questions, and you have to, oh, I'm a streamer, and here's how it works, and here's the messages I said. It's a pain in the ass. But if this guy goes to jail, it might be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it actually might be worth it to send a troll to jail. So maybe I'll do it. Because unlike the case where people are doing copyright abuse, or people are live restreaming me without permission, and that's you know, against the law, that would be like court cases. This is a case where all I really have to do is send enough information to PayPal, and a person might actually go to jail for committing a crime against me. So maybe I'll do it. I'll have to think about it. Or if that person's smart, they would immediately reverse their fucking false claim right now, in which case they wouldn't ever have an investigation done against them. But they have to see how smart they are, right? The truth is, if you're already trying to commit federal fraud to save a few bucks on a fucking tip that you threw against someone, you're probably not too smart anyway, right? That's exactly correct. BattleDuck says, at the very least, they're going to get blacklisted. Exactly. PayPal will block them. Their credit card their actual credit card will block them and or ban them from using a credit card ever again. They might even report them for fraud, and it could go on their credit report, which would actually ruin their credit as well. But they don't think about this because they're morons. They think life's a game. Let's see here. JDTV says, is the Insta360 Link controller app